Over the years, South Park's humiliated Kanye, Tom Cruise, Caitlyn Jenner, Lizzo, Donald Trump, and that's not even scratching the surface. So I went through every single episode from the last 3 decades to answer one question. What celebrity got it the worst? And we gotta kick things off all the way back in season 1 with an episode called Mecha Streisand. The boys find this ancient artifact up in the mountains when out of nowhere Barbara Streisand shows up demanding they hand it over. She's then later transformed into a giant robot Mecha Streisand who wreaks havoc on the town and takes out anyone trying to stop her.
Make it go away! I hate Barbara Streisand! My mom always said there were no monsters, but there are.
Now, this was a direct jab at Barbara, who is known for being egotistical, self-righteous, and extremely out of touch. Overall, though, this one isn't too career-shattering, so I'm gonna give it a C. Oh, and it's probably a good time to mention that I'll be ranking each of these roasts. S tier means South Park went all in, and C tier is gonna be more stuff like light jabs. But do not worry, things escalate quickly. After 5 full seasons without mocking a celeb directly, South Park came back swinging in 2002 with a fake show called
Here we go.
Born in New Zealand in '64, a hot-headed actor named Russell Crowe. He loves to act, but he loves one thing more: fighting round the world.
Yeah, they made an entire program about Russell Crowe traveling the world in a tugboat, trying to fight anyone he comes across. They portrayed him as a washed-up, emotionally unstable drunk who only gets joy out of life by punching strangers. And while Crowe tried to laugh this off publicly, insiders reported he was quite hurt by the parody. So we gotta go B tier. In 2003, after hearing Jennifer Lopez was rude to a friend of theirs, Matt and Trey decided to build an entire episode around her. And this time, it wasn't a throwaway gag. The episode became a cult classic.
But first I would like to put on my pretty dress. Oh, you mean this one? Oh, see, I like it very much. It better be, I am Jennifer Lopez. No, you're Jennifer Lopez. See, Jennifer Lopez. No, Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez.
Cartman draws Jennifer Lopez as a puppet on his hand, but in a strange twist, he claims that she's real. What starts as a dumb gag literally turns into national fame. The fake J-Lo becomes a superstar and even steals Ben Affleck away from the real one.
Jenny, I just can't stop thinking about you.
I can't stop thinking about you either, Ben.
I've been meaning to write a song or a poem, but I have no talent.
I know, my darling. That's okay.
Yeah, they had Ben falling in love with Cartman's hand. Pretty brutal. Anyway, the real Jennifer Lopez shows up. No one believes her, and she's completely replaced by this fake puppet. The episode not only mocks her for relying on stereotypes and sex appeal, but also straight up calls her easily replaceable. This one hits pretty hard, with Ben also getting caught in the crossfire. Let's go A. While the others up to this point haven't been too harsh, they went straight for the jugular on this next celebrity. The name of the episode alone is Stupid Spoiled Whore Video Playset, and this is, of course, ripping into Paris Hilton. It kicks off with her coming to South Park and opening a brand new boutique called Stupid Spoiled Whore. All the little girls in town start idolizing her. Not only what she's wearing, but also copying how she acts too.
Hey, check it out! The new Paris Hilton perfume, Skank!
Skank.
Oh yeah, let's get lots of that!
Now, if that wasn't enough, the B plot gets even crazier. All of Paris's pet chihuahuas keep mysteriously dying one by one. So after her most recent loss, she sees Butters and decides he's the perfect replacement. However, it's not long before he finds out what really happened to these other animals. From start to finish, the whole thing bashes who Paris was at the time, getting famous for nothing, being a bad influence on young girls, and glamorizing superficial behavior. But South Park still wasn't done. The episode ends with Mr. Slave literally out-whoring Paris and disposing of her in one of the most insane animated scenes to ever be put on TV. This one was the first all-in roast, but Paris was an easy target and not as clever as some of the ones to come, so it's not breaking A tier. Now, that same season also gave us Passion of the Jew, and this one gets really out there. It starts with each of the boys going to see the Passion of the Christ. Kyle takes it super hard and blames his religion for what happened to Jesus, while Cartman basically becomes a Nazi, but that's not the part we're focused on. Stan and Kenny think the movie absolutely sucked, but they're told they need to take it up with Mel Gibson himself, and here's where the real insanity happens. is. Mel answers the door and within seconds strips naked and says some crazy things. He goes on to scream in a deranged voice and literally torture himself for fun.
You still won't get your ticket money back. I can take whatever you can dish out.
Dude, can we please just have $18 back from you?
Now, Trey and Matt weren't just mocking the passion, but they did hate how people reacted to it. They thought the film was being used to push anti-Semitic narratives, especially since Mel was already rumored to have bigoted views. They also thought the film was needlessly violent, so they mocked Mel as someone obsessed with gore and not spirituality. Not only did they dismantle the film, but they also exposed who Mel actually was years before the DUI and racist rants came out. This one has got to be S tier for how savage it is, but he still might not have gotten it the absolute worst. For that, we have to keep searching, which brings us to another classic from the same season, The Jeffersons. A new mysterious neighbor moves to South Park, a pale man with a high-pitched voice, a love for children, and a bizarre-looking nose. Now, this is obviously supposed to be Michael Jackson, and he gets right into treating all the kids in town to an amazing time.
Ooh, let's go ride the choo-choo train. Choo-choo train, yay!
And while it starts innocent, things quickly spiral as Mr. Jefferson becomes more delusional by the minute. He sneaks into children's rooms for sleepovers, refusing to acknowledge reality and pretending he's still a young boy.
I'm a little boy forever.
The creators never directly accuse him of anything, however, they don't hold back either. They paint him as someone using childlike innocence as a shield to avoid real-world consequences. And looking back, this wasn't just a roast, it was a psychoanalysis through parody, even though they do have his nose just flying off easily. At the time, Michael was already a punching bag across the comedy world, and the South Park guys probably could have even gone harder, so let's place him in B. And while this season had 3 celeb roasts alone, we had no idea that just a year later, we'd get our most brutal to date. Trapped in the Closet was not only a direct attack on Scientology, but also some of its biggest members like John Travolta and Tom Cruise. It kicks off with Stan taking a Scientology personality test and getting told he's the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard, the guy who created this religion. Almost instantly, Stan's crowned the new prophet of the church, with Tom Cruise rushing to meet him. Now, Tom wants to know if he's done good and what his best movies are, but then Stan tells him he's not a great actor, which makes Tom lock himself in the closet, refusing to come out.
Ah!
Hey, dude, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Go away!
Dude, this is my room.
Go away, I said!
Dad, Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet.
The joke continues for the rest of the episode, obviously mocking rumors about his sexuality, but also his fragile ego and fear of criticism. John Travolta then shows up to help Tom, but in a hilarious twist, he gets trapped in the closet too.
Hey, it's really nice in here.
Yeah, see?
I feel really safe. Oh my God.
Hello? Hey, come out of there! Tom, it now appears that John Travolta is also in the closet, and he refuses to come out.
The episode's funny, but it also truly exposes what Scientology believes in. Alien souls trapped by Xenu, intergalactic warlords, and a bunch more nonsense. Stan even calls him out.
I can't do this.
What?
Look, everybody, we're all looking for answers, you know? We all want to understand who we are and where we come from, but sometimes we want to know the answers so badly that we believe just about anything.
Huh? What?
I'm not the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard, and Scientology is just a big fat global scam.
Oh, we are gonna sue you!
Now, this may sound like a stupid gag in a cartoon, but Hollywood freaked out over this. Tom allegedly threatened to pull out of Mission Impossible 3 if Comedy Central didn't pull the reruns. And the craziest part, the network actually caved. Not only this, but Chef, a fan-favorite character played by Isaac Hayes, also quit the show after the episode. Many believed it was because of it, but he was actually ill when someone quit on his behalf from the Church of Scientology. There was a lot that went down in this one, but the fact they mocked Tom's religion, questioned his public image, and created a running joke that still follows him around over 20 years later, that's an easy S tier. Alright, things have been pretty intense, so I want to jump into one of my personal favorite roasts of all time.
Look, Mexican, if you really think that you can knock it off!
In the episode, Cartman as usual is completely out of control, but his mom is at her wit's end. Therapists fail, nannies fail, but she's told about one last resort, Cesar Millan, aka the Dog Whisperer. Unlike everyone else, he doesn't yell or bribe Cartman, he just keeps him in line with one simple trick.
Yeah, well, I don't see why. Hey!
Don't look at the child, just keep looking at me. Let him know we are having a conversation.
Ma'am, this guy doesn't. Quit it!
When this one first started, I thought they were gonna rip into Cesar more, but instead they treated him like a total badass. They do make fun of his assertive training, but he's unfazed by Cartman's manipulation, even getting him to eat healthy and do homework. However, the greatest part about all of this is that Cesar himself reacted to the episode and absolutely loved it. This one is one of my all-time faves, but not too much of a roast on Cesar. Alright, so this next one isn't as much of a roast as it is a tragedy. And if any of you guys have seen this episode before, you'll know that it's kind of a hard one to watch. Britney's new look follows Britney Spears as she escapes to South Park, desperate to get away from the paparazzi. The boys find out that they can make $100K for a single picture and immediately set off to find her at a local motel. And while it's already flooded with people, they trick their way inside, obsessed with getting the photo. But in a super dark turn, this is the last straw as she places a shotgun to her mouth and somehow survives the blast. The boys are traumatized and immediately understand the gravity of the situation. They themselves were so blinded by greed that they couldn't see how bad she really had it. And now feeling guilty, they decide to help. For the rest of the episode, Britney literally walks around missing half her head. And despite the distracting gore, the message behind it is actually pretty powerful. Even while missing half her head and being at rock bottom, Britney never stops being treated poorly. Paparazzi doesn't stop harassing her, and fans are relentless, still asking her to perform even after everything that's happened. Instead of joking about Britney's mental breakdown, Matt and Trey turn it into a metaphor. They use her story to express how culture chews up and spits out celebrities, especially young women. It's one of the rare times they turn the camera on the audience and say, look at what you're doing. I will say though, this one is less of a jab and more of a cultural critique, so we're gonna go C tier. However, this next episode might just be the most iconic celebrity roast of all time. This one wasn't just a roast, it straight up redefined how an entire generation saw Kanye West. And the best part, it all started with one simple joke.
Say, Eric, do you like fish sticks? Yeah? You like putting fish sticks in your mouth? Yeah? Well, what are you, Eric? A gay fish? Fish dicks. Oh, dude, that's funny as shit!
Now, the punchline takes the world by storm. Talk shows, the news, everyone loves and understands the joke, except for one person, Kanye. The gag is that he's a literal genius and that there's no way he wouldn't understand the bit.
Is it because breaded has something to do with genius, which swims?
No, because you said you like fish dicks, Kanye. Don't you get it? You see, fish dicks is a play on words.
I don't need anyone telling me play on words. I'm a motherfucking lyrical wordsmith, motherfucking genius.
He spirals into a full-blown identity crisis, and instead of accepting that he just doesn't get it, he tracks down the creator of the joke, Carlos Mencia. Yeah, that's another roast calling out Carlos, who's notorious for stealing jokes. Anyway, by the end of the episode, Kanye finally accepts who he is, diving straight into the ocean, fully convinced that he's a gay fish.
Motherfucking gay fish. I'm a fish, yo. Going on a gay fish. It's alright, girl. Making love to other gay fish.
Trey and Matt call that his huge ego and inability to laugh at himself. This was also at a time when Kanye was calling himself a genius nonstop and saying stupid things about artistry. This episode hit pop culture so hard, even Kanye spoke out about it. South Park murdered me last night, and it's pretty damn funny. It hurt my feelings, but what can you expect from South Park? Now, honestly, it seems like he took it well, but years after this, he was still talking about the joke.
I wouldn't have never wore a pink polo. I wouldn't have never wear skinny jeans. Everywhere I go, people pants smaller than mine. And I'm the one who, you eat fish sticks because I have skinny jeans on.
To this day, fans are still calling Kanye a gay fish, a joke that has stuck around more than any other gag in the show's history. S tier. Over half a decade went by before we'd have another brutal roast. Now, we did have some one-offs like Tiger Woods' cheating scandal, a hilarious tribute to Lorde, which she loved. But then season 19 aired, and Caitlyn Jenner wouldn't just get roasted, she'd become a full-on South Park villain. Her first appearance is in episode 2, where she shows up and immediately runs somebody over with her car. This becomes a running gag throughout the season, but no one can criticize her because that would be politically incorrect. In fact, it's this season where PC Principal and his bros were first introduced, and they won't stand for people talking shit about Caitlyn.
Somebody here have a problem with Caitlyn Jenner? No? No? Because she's a stunning, beautiful woman, and if you want to call her anything else, I'm ready to fucking throw down. Who the hell are you?
I'm PC Principal. Oh, nice, we're all PC too.
Now, a lot of people criticized the parody, believing it was attacking her trans identity, but the target was never her transition. The creators were going after how forced political correctness has made it impossible to criticize anyone, even if they're clearly in the wrong. This one's pretty harsh, especially bringing up the real-life accident multiple times that killed someone. We gotta go A tier. The Worldwide Privacy Tour is one of South Park's most recent trolls, aimed straight at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The episode kicks off with the Prince of Canada and his wife going on a global tour shouting for privacy, while quite literally putting themselves in the public eye.
We're
They go around telling people to leave them alone, all while appearing on talk shows and going to public events in front of thousands. Meghan is called out for being controlling and image obsessed, while Harry is portrayed as clueless, just echoing everything she says. The South Park guys mock their image, relationship dynamic, and their media strategy all at once. While I don't care much about these two, this roast was absolutely legendary. Finally, we gotta dive into our most recent parody, and this time they use a celebrity to take shots at Big Pharma. The end of obesity revolves around the rise of weight loss drugs, more specifically Ozempic, which is renamed to Lizzo.
It's Lizzo.
FDA-approved Lizzo makes you feel good about your weight, and it costs 90% less than Ozempic.
I've lowered my standards and my expectations.
It's Lizzo.
In case studies, 70% of patients on Lizzo no longer cared how much they weighed.
Now, a while back, Lizzo went super viral for telling her audience to be comfortable in their own body regardless of health. While the message resonated with some, South Park took the stance of not trading away years of your life if you could do something about it. And while Lizzo was the butt of the joke, they were truly critiquing the culture of using drugs as a shortcut and letting Big Pharma profit off of it. Not the craziest roast out there, but still solid. And as I was wrapping up this video, I just saw the Trump parody and holy shit, Matt and Trey went all in on him.
Why is my dick so small?
But that's the size it is in the photo.
Get this guy out of here! I'm gonna sue you!
They finally brought back the Saddam joke and now have him married to Satan, who also mocks him for being tiny.
Ah, come on, Satan. You know you can't resist this.
I can't even see anything, it's so small.
Now, I don't want to spoil too much, but they go after his ego, scandals, lawsuits, and anatomy in under 20 minutes. This one's easily high A to S tier. So that leaves us with 3 celebrities that got it worse than everyone else in the last 27 years. Mel Gibson was painted a psycho, anti-Semitic, torture-loving lunatic who smears his own feces on the wall, with South Park also exposing him long before his racist rants came to light. Kanye had his genius ridiculed, his ego shattered, and became a punchline to the most famous joke in the show's history. Not to mention, he still can't let it go. And Tom Cruise, he had his religion mocked, his sexuality questioned, and his closet joke is up there with fish sticks. All of them got it pretty bad, but I'm gonna personally say Mel got toasted the worst. Let me know if you guys disagree, and I'll catch you next time.